What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got some really nice Transformers TCG battle cards that we need to be having a little bit of a look at, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys right off the bat, I'm a little bit excited. And there's one of them, firstly, it makes me super excited. Secondly, I am absolutely delighted because you lovely ladies and gentlemen, several of you tweeted at me and went, Wossy, there's a card that helps white icon decks. Didn't you say you wanted to make a white icon deck? Why, yes. Yes, I did. The card in question has been revealed by the lovely Scott Van Essen over in an article. I say lovely, I've never met the dude, but he seems very lovely. And it's Plasma Horns. I love Plasma Horns. It's an upgrade weapon that gives you +1 attack, and when you attack and you flip battle cards, if you flipped at least 4 white icons, you scrap the card, and it does nothing. But if you didn't, you get +1 attack until end of turn for each white icon you flipped. Now, it's got a white icon itself, and it gives you a natural +1 attack. But really what we're trying to do here is flip 3 white icons. That is a sweet spot. That is the goal here. 3 white icons. Because if you can flip 3 white icons, you get +4 attack. +3 attack for the 3 white icons and the +1 for the basic attack. Okay. I'm all the way in, ladies and gentlemen. I am all the way in. You see, +4 attack is redonk. +4 attack is grenade launcher, a card so good it falls off when you attack. Well, this might fall off and you might not get the bonus. Now, this card has been designed in a way to thwart people like myself for making an all-white deck. I spoke recently about my desire to make an all-white deck using cards like Mirage, who untaps when you flip 3 white icons, and Private Taraxodon, that if you flip enough white icons, well, once it gets KO'd and turns into Binary Edgewing Scythe, if it gets KO'd and you flip, well, when it's an upgrade, you flip 2 white icons, your opponent's base defense becomes 0. So if I can flip 3 white icons, right, Mirage untaps the first time, my opponent goes down to 0 defense, and I get +4 attack. But I've got Binary Edgewing Scythe on there, so my opponent's got defensive 0, and I've got +7 attack. Oh, no, wait a second, they're both weapons. This is the first thing that makes me a little bit sad. They're both weapons. Because you see, if you want to make a really good white deck, you probably want Binary Edgewing Scythe, but you're also going to want this. That's a little bit sad. The other thing that makes me a little bit sad here is that they've designed the card very intelligently to thwart people like me that want to go completely white. You see, let's say you're only playing white icons. What's going to happen is you're going to flip 2 cards. They're both going to have white icons. So because you flipped a white icon, you flip 2 more cards, you flipped 4 cards. But they're all white, so you flip 4 white icons, I get scrapped. Darn it. Now, the lovely Scott Van Essen has done the maths, and the way it generally works out as, if you've got about 50% white icons, you should get +2, +3 attack pretty often. If you go 3/4 white, you should be able to get a consistent +4, but obviously there is a fine line. 1 more white icon and you go from +4 to nout. You've been warned. I love Plasma Horns, and certainly when I'm making my white deck as I'm building it round, you know this is going in. It's just going to take, and it's not testing, this is maths, alright? You don't test for something like this. This isn't a testing card. This is the kind of card where you sit down, you make a spreadsheet, and you figure out, if I've got X white icons and Y non-white icons, how often am I going to hit +2, +3, +4? This is a stats-based card, and it's the kind of card that is going to reward mathematicians. I assume it's going to be about 5 minutes until Vector Sigma have those kind of spreadsheets up on their channel. Well, their website. You have my word that if I do get a decent white deck rolling, I will show you my spreadsheets that I'm using. Moving on, how about Versatility? You don't get a battle icon, which is sad. But when you attack and flip at least 1 battle icon, you repair 1 damage from it for each different colour that you flipped. Oh. So basically, you play an action, choose one of your characters, and try and flip a whole bunch of different battle icons, and if you can flip enough different battle icons, job's a good un. Yay! Now the thing is, we've got 5 colours of battle icons at the moment. We've got red, no we don't, that's a lie. We got orange, blue, white, black and green. There is no red. Although this scan of mounted missiles looks red. I'm also colourblind, so you should not really believe much I say about colours. Unless I'm analysing cards. Anyway, moving on. So, the point here is you can heal 5. Healing 5 is ridiculous. Healing 5 is nuts over the top good. Our standard healing card is Medic. It heals 2 and it's so good it doesn't have a battle icon. Clearly, healing 5 is great, but you then lock yourself into playing a multicoloured deck. Now, the good news is we do have some multicolour cards, so might I suggest Fuel Cache. Now, Fuel Cache is unfortunately a star card, but it's also got a white and an orange and a blue. If you can flip that, you're going to be looking very, very nice here, because you're going to be healing free just from flipping that card. That's pretty good. We do have another one which has 3 battle icons, but it's a Triptychon-centric card, so I don't really think I can recommend it. Not in good conscience. But there's a billion double icon cards out there like Sturdy Armor, which has got a blue and a green, so you can play a lot of double icon cards here. But of course, we've also got a whole bunch of characters that really like playing multicolored decks. Now, clearly, the one I'm going to go for here is Blue Streak. That was one of my character reveals I was lucky enough to get back in Wave 2. And I just took my daughter out shopping with her bunny that we named Blue Streak, because she got it around about the time I revealed this card. And I am shameless. Blue Streak, when you attack and flip at least 1 white, 1 orange, 1 blue, you flip to alt mode. Now the reason that's good is because you've got 5 attack in bot mode, which is really high, well, kind of high for an 8 cost. And 4 defense in alt mode, which is really high for an 8 cost. So you want to be flicking between them, but you've only got 9 health, so you've got high defense, but you've got low health. So what would be really good for Blue Streak here is playing a bunch of healing. Wait a second. See where we're going with this? Characters like Blue Streak could really, really take advantage of this card. But as much as I like Blue Streak, I also love Hot Rod. Hot Rod is one of my favourite Transformers. Hot Rod and Grimlock. They are 1 and 2 for me. Although the other way around, Grimlock number 1. And Hot Rod is one of those characters that has Safeguard free. And this was my first reaction, my first thought when I saw this card. Safeguard free guarantees that if you're undamaged, you cannot take more than 3 damage. So what you really want to do is, after being attacked and taking a maximum of 3 damage, you want to heal off 3 damage. The problem is, I've said we've got stuff like Medic, which doesn't help you. Now, to be fair, we do have opportune repairs, but that forces you to also play a mercenary, so you've got to play something with Safeguard, and you've got to play a mercenary. It works. But this is now another option. This is now another thing that you can do to try and abuse Safeguard free. It's kind of awesome. Elsewhere, we could be talking about stuff like Brawn. Brawn was one that was revealed in this current kind of run through. And Brawn gets +1 defense for each different colour among battle icons you flipped when defending against an enemy with more stars than him. But the thing to remember is that Brawn is a 5-star character, so although there will be some characters where Brawn doesn't get this bonus, the vast majority of the time Brawn will get this bonus. Or if you want the exact same thing in an action card, how about Master of Metallicato? And this is a good time to mention this has 3 different colours of battle icons and is not a star card. So I think you kind of have to play this. Like, if you're playing this healing card, you've kind of got to play Master of Metallicato. It seems too good with versatility, too versatile, you could say. We've got Raider Blowpipe, that when it gets KO'd and turns into dual impact Shatterblast compression cannon, you get +1 attack until end of turn for each different battle icon you flip. So that seems like one that could be kind of fun when played with this particular action card. Or if you want to stick with healing, might I suggest Raider Ratbat? It's got a tap skill. Now remember, because it's one of these cassette things, it doesn't actually force you to scrap a card from your hand. It is just a tap skill, which is kind of nuts good. Reveal the top card of your deck. Repair 1 damage from each of your characters for each different colour among that card's battle icons. Yeah. So, if you're playing stuff like Master of Metallic Arts or even just a bunch of dual icon cards, which you're going to want to if you're playing Versatility, my point is there are a lot of good options for this. But there's even another good card, and you should know by now this is right up my alley. It is Lucky Dodge. Now, I've talked about Safeguard. I've talked about Safeguard in this video, and I talk about Force Field a lot. And I love these cards because they guarantee a maximum amount of damage you can take. Safeguard says you can only take whatever Safeguard number it is. It's always been free up to now, I believe. You've then got Force Field that guarantees you can only take 4 damage, and a little while ago we got Emergency Defense Field, which basically said that if you would take an even number of damage, you get to scrap Emergency Defense Field, but you don't take the damage. But we never had an option for stopping an odd amount of damage. Until today, with Lucky Dodge. Now, Lucky Dodge is a star card, and that is very, very important to point out. It is a star card with no icons. It's also a secret action. Hang on a second. How come Lucky Dodge is a star card and Emergency Defense Field isn't? Because Lucky Dodge, when you would take an odd amount of damage, you reveal it and don't take that damage. Emergency Defense Field is an armor that if you would take an even amount of damage, you don't take the damage. Why is one a star card, one not? Because otherwise everyone would play both of them. Whack an Emergency Defense Field on your character, play Lucky Dodge, and you guarantee to take no damage. Because it's either odd, no damage from Lucky Dodge, or it's even, no damage from Emergency Defense Field, then you scrap it. But it's an armor, so you could clearly play a tank deck with stuff like Hunker Down and continually get it back. Or it's 0, and we can argue all day long whether 0 is odd or whether 0 is even, but it doesn't matter, you're still not taking any damage. So the pair of these together do make your character invincible. So it's got to be a star card. Clearly, it's got to be a star card. And it's got to have no battle icons. It's ridiculous. I suppose do bear in mind that Emergency Defense Field is an armor, so it can be removed with stuff like Bashing Shield, and Bashing Shield does see quite a lot of play. But never mind. That's not the point, ladies and gentlemen. That's not the point. You can be invincible. So we've got Lucky Dodge that can make you invincible, Versatility, which can be the best healing card we've seen so far, and Plasma Horns, which makes my all-white deck all better. Yeah, I said I had some exciting cards to show you, ladies and gentlemen. There were no lies coming from me. This Wossy tells the truth. But right now, I'd like you to tell me what you think about these cards. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy. That's where we talk Transformers and a whole bunch of other good stuff. And do please consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, all that good stuff. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.